Your advice single-handedly broke up my marriage. You're an awful person.
You're 24 years old. Why would I listen to you? Why would you be giving therapy and advice to people who clearly need it? It doesn't make any sense, Ari. This is a horrible idea.
You're listening to unlicensed therapy with Ari Mannis.
Big fan of your work, your videos.
Appreciate it.
I'm hooked. I'm addicted. I've watched tons of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Really?
When they pop up, I usually watch them.
They're very binge-worthy.
Yeah, they're bingey.
Yeah.
And I've always I'm sure you get this all the time, but I like that stuff. I like seeing people's places. And here's what I want to know. And I'm sure you've gotten this before. Why don't at the end of the videos you go, what do you do for a living? How much money do you make?
So I do ask it in the video sometimes, but I'll put it in the caption. I'll put their occupation.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, you're like those dumb people in the comments who
doesn't read.
Yeah, who doesn't read. And then I'll comment.
Every time you do that?
Every time.
Oh
it's because like initially people were like, put their occupation, put what they do. So I was like, oh, I'll put it in the caption. Because then it takes up time in the video.
Right.
To be like, what do you do for a living? What's your job? How much do you make? That's going to be like 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't want to use 15 seconds on that.
Well, you could do VO.
Yeah.
By the way, this person is this and they make this.
Yeah. But you only have so much time to play with in the short form.
Have you ever put someone in the caption like trust fund baby?
I have done. If they want to do a joke, I'll do a joke.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So if you want to make everyone comfortable.
Yeah, whatever they want to do. And even if they don't want to share specifically, then I won't share. Because that's the only way the show will stay alive, is if everyone's comfortable participating.
Right. I get a lot of vibes throughout the episodes that these are, when it's particularly like a cute girl, I get like flirty vibes between you and her. How often is it like a hookup partner, someone you're dating?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And you don't have to answer that.
No, I'll answer this.
And by the way, before we continue, anything you want cut out of here, I'm like you, I'm not out to like get anyone. So
Gotcha.
if I cross any lines or any boundaries, you'd be like, cut that.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you for informing me on that. Wait, should I introduce myself or are you going to do an intro?
I was going to ask, that's one of my questions. Is it Caleb or Caleb?
Yeah, if you live in New York City, you call me Caleb if you're a New Yorker, but it's Caleb. Caleb Simpson. I host This Generation's MTV Cribs on all platforms. Do
they still make MTV Cribs?
You know, they had a reboot, and Vinny from Jersey Shore, they like reached out to him. He's like, and when I reached out, he was like, yeah, I want to do it.
That's because it's a cool thing. MTV Cribs, like, would that still be cool? I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
And he's like, I'll get more views, like, on your show.
If they brought MTV Cribs back and asked you to host it, would you do it?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
It'd probably be a downgrade in pay.
Downgrade in pay.
Downgrade in views.
Yeah.
But it'd be kind of cool.
And time. Like, it's a production so slow.
Right.
It's like I could go shoot like three or five episodes today.
When you shoot, do you shoot it all yourself or do you bring a camera guy with you?
If I'm doing a long form YouTube video, I got a camera guy. Otherwise, I'm just shooting on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
iPhone,
baby.
Not even high quality footage. I mean, iPhones are pretty high quality, but not these.
Actually, I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube with a broken iPhone. And it was broken, and I knew it was broken, and I said, I'm going to not replace this phone so I can say I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube with a broken iPhone.
Was YouTube your first takeoff point, or was TikTok?
Not at all. TikTok.
Yeah, that's where I saw you first.
Yeah, TikTok for sure.
I've since subscribed to you on more platforms.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Got to support the creators.
Yeah.
You're huge now.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Do you get recognized on the street?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
So you're like full-blown celeb almost. Do you feel like a celebrity?
Do I feel like a celebrity? It's an interesting feeling that I've been dealing with recently. It's kind of like how I describe it to people is being like the popular kid at your high school. You know, you kind of walk through, everyone's saying what up to you.
I wasn't popular, to be honest, if I'm being honest.
I didn't go to public school, so I can't even tell you what that feeling's like. But like within your friend group, whatever friend group you're in, everyone's like saying what up to you. It's kind of just like that feeling. But strangers might chase you down in the airport or something.
Have you had someone like full blown like
run me down?
Did you just take a picture probably, or was it they just wanted to talk
Last
to you?
time I landed in New York, this guy just ran me down, and then was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Whoa,
damn,
this is crazy."
Have you had any negative experiences like that where you're like, "Hey, leave me alone"? you're
No,
being too
everyone's
much.
been really nice, and I think that's because the content I make like isn't controversial or anything.
True.
It's just like easy to digest. People like it.
All ages.
It's not negative. So
Yeah, my younger brother, he's 22, loves it. All ages. He's a homosexual too. All sexualities seem to love it. Women love it.
yeah, I
Men
like
love
all
it.
sexualities.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I support them.
Yeah.
Support them all except for. I don't know where I was going. Except for the one.
Except for one certain one.
Except for one, I won't say it out loud. Did you try any content before these took off? The MTV Cribs videos.
Every kind of content in the world.
What was like the one where you're like, this is what I'm into. This is gonna be good, and then it just flopped, and you didn't.
Yeah, I think you need a level of being delusional. Because every video I've ever posted for the past 7 years online, I was like, this one's going viral.
You've been trying this for 7 years.
Yeah, 7.
That's pretty inspirational.
Yeah.
And when did you start blowing up? Last year too?
I had like a little blow up in 2019
Okay.
because
COVID.
I recognized TikTok as a thing. I was like, oh, this is the next Instagram. It's like,
Yeah.
I need to pay attention to this.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of stuff on there, like sketch comedy, like trends. That did like, I have a filmmaking background, so I did like photography,
Oh, tell me
videography
about
stuff. Just like there was people doing like photography tutorials on there, like creative photography. So it's
Okay.
like, let me try some of this stuff.
Got
Let me
it.
try showing people how to do like transitions and all of that, which was fun, but I didn't enjoy it that much. So I just stopped doing it entirely because I was like, this isn't the thing that I really love doing. You know?
Right. And that's interesting that you have a film photography background, yet still use your iPhone.
Yeah. I mean, that a lot of people say, they're like, oh, Caleb, we should level up your production. I'm like, people like it because
It's so cash.
it's so cash. Even when I'm going through someone's home, touring it, it's like it's so casual to hold my cell phone like this and just chat. If there's a cameraman, like subconsciously, this person's thinking differently. They're not being themselves fully.
They're a little more uncomfortable for
Yeah,
sure than they
definitely.
already are. I mean, even the iPhone, we know what's up. But
Yeah.
full blown camera and light in your face.
Yeah,
Like, okay, let's turn it on here.
totally.
Do you get a lot of girls in the DMs?
Girls in the DMs, it's something.
Because you're a cute guy.
Well, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. I've experienced it recently, yeah. I've got some nudes sent to me.
Nice.
Some videos, too.
Single right now?
Yeah, single.
Nice.
But I don't engage.
No? Never?
No.
No, you have a rule, no fans?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I feel like it could be troublesome,
For sure.
you know? And I don't want any trouble.
I feel like right now, you're not allowed to be a rock star.
No,
You can get canceled for being a rock star.
totally.
Yeah, you just got to be a normal, even if you are a rock star, you got to be an everyday guy.
Yeah.
You got to just keep it chill.
I like being an everyday guy anyway more. Like, that's way more fun
Yeah.
than, like, not that I've ever experienced being a rock star, but I think being a
Well,
regular
I'd say
guy,
right now you're kind of experiencing a little bit of the rock star life. You probably get invited to a lot of cool parties, events, people
True.
in the DMs, and that.
True.
You know, right now, when is it going to get closer than this to being a rock star for you?
True. That's a good point. But being a regular guy is definitely way more chill,
Yeah. And at some point, you might get so big that you can't be a regular guy.
right? Then
Like,
you have to go defame yourself like Justin Bieber.
What's that? What'd he do?
He just disappeared,
Oh, right.
like
exactly.
trying to defame himself. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be in the media anymore.
Right.
you know?
But with him, it's like, sorry, you're in it for life.
Yeah,
There's no way.
scary. I will say it's like nice that I kind of had like a real blow up at age 30,
A year ago.
a year ago.
Back when I was 30.
Yeah, like a year ago. So I got to just like live life and experience it, like work really shitty jobs, like experience what everybody goes through in America anyway.
What was your last shitty job?
My last shitty job. Well, my last job, I was a director of video at a startup.
That's pretty
So I
cool
was
job.
helping build all their social channels. That was kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, I was like freelancing, doing like videography, photography and stuff in the music industry for influencers and shit. But I managed a tennis club and taught tennis for a really long time. And I don't know if I would consider it shitty, but it was really fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, both those jobs sound pretty cool to me.
It didn't pay a lot, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it could be stressful.
I like worked in restaurants. I washed dishes for like 10 years.
That sounds shitty to me.
Yeah.
That sounds...
Just like in the back house, bro, scrubbing away.
Yeah, that's crummy. In NYC. NY.
I never did an NY, like high school and through college.
Where were you? Oh, yeah, where you grew up?
I grew up in North Carolina.
North Carolina, Asheville. I've been there.
Near there.
Asheville, North Carolina was a pretty cool town. It's like
Yeah, the Blue
real
Ridge.
hipster.
The Blue Ridge Mountains.
You and Morgan have similar looks going. Real similar looks.
Yeah, maybe we should switch places.
Like
I
glasses,
love my life, but
glasses, beanie,
No, I'm
similar
fine.
shoes. Everything about you guys.
yeah, I just got these.
Well, not really. I guess the shoes are pretty different, but kind of similar. Both tennis
His
shoes.
seem nicer than mine.
I bet you guys could be friends.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we could be.
I have a hard time.
Similar ages?
Yeah,
What are you?
30.
30, yeah.
You got a hard time with friends?
Making friends.
At 30, it's really hard to make friends, I think. New friends.
Really?
At
Oh, yeah.
30 plus, like that are actually, like we might leave this and go, oh, I'm friends with that guy. We hung out, or maybe we'll see each other and be, but like actually like reaching out to someone, hey, what are you up to today? And hanging out with them.
True.
Like a genuine, like, see this person friend. It's
Yeah.
hard to make.
Yeah, it's super tough.
Yeah. I guess that's interesting. Life's been interesting in the friend realm recently because I'm meeting so many people and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people I'm meeting that I'm like, I would love to just like hang out with you more, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
It's also hard because when we're this age, we're busy.
So busy.
We're working, you got a girlfriend, whatever it is. It's like when I have time to hang out with a friend, then I go to an older friend. It's hard to make time. Yeah, I don't know.
It
Maybe
takes
it's just me.
time.
It's hard. It's hard to have to. I think they say the average person has like 3 friends when they're past 30.
You know what my thing is? I just treat everyone like they're my best friend.
That's nice.
So then every experience just feels like as genuine as it can.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
Those are the best people.
that's
People are
the-
just happy and make you feel like a
That-
good friend.
that's the strategy.
Yeah.
It works pretty good until I'm sitting at home feeling like real lonely. I'm like, damn, I treat everyone like they're my best friend, but sometimes they're just not.
Sometimes they're not. Yeah. And then if they really think you're their best friend, then they're going to ask you for a favor that a best friend would do. And then you're like, whoa, we're not that good of friends. Or, I
Yeah.
thought we were best friends.
Yeah, we had such a good connection.
Uh-huh.
We had
What?
such a good time.
I can't have $1,000?
Yeah.
We're best friends.
We can't link up for coffee right now?
I thought of a couple business ideas for you.
Oh, are we rolling or no?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just ideas, and you could run with these. By the way, these I don't need a piece of them, and you might already have thought of them. If you became a realtor, you would instantly be like a top realtor.
Yeah, I never thought about that actually.
Think of it. You have this giant touring. If you switched your channel to, instead of doing people's places that are on the market,
Mhm.
instant, you would sell houses so easily.
Sell all the houses.
You'd sell all the houses, multi-million-dollar mansions you could sell, and you'd get, what do realtors get? I think 10%, or they get 5%, 10%.
Yeah.
You'd make so much money.
Yeah, I know.
And you're probably already making good money, but that would be,
As cliche as this sounds, I'm not doing it for the money. You know? A lot
why
of
do you
people
be doing the same thing?
Yeah, a lot of people pitched me on that, but I was like, that's just not fun, you know? Like showing empty boxes, like there are real estate agents that do that online.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, it sounds soul sucking. Like, I don't want to do that. I like connecting with people and like having new experiences. Like the people that I'm able to meet who on the spectrum of like famous to just a everyday person, it's just so fun to go like learn about them and see their lives and like how they live their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just way more interesting to me than like, hey, come buy this home.
Now we know.
Now we
Now
know.
we know. Okay, what about this idea? You switch it to where you only do tours of hot chicks, and then after you bang them and film it, make an OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's the
finish
backup
that
plan.
one?
That's already like written in stone.
Got it. Okay.
It's like if this goes to shit, we can definitely have like an Adam 22 type
Yes.
vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, where he like podcasts with the girls and then fucks them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've definitely thought about that.
Yeah, that went through my head too. Because everyone always says in the comments, I get DMs about it all the time, like, yo, you smash these girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the whole reason why you do this, to fuck all these girls, right?
And then you're like, well, what about the dudes?
Yeah, and then I say, what about the dudes? Then they're like, you don't get in the dudes' beds. And I'm like,
That's a good point.
I've cuddled with a dude in one of the beds and no one said anything.
Yeah, but you just did it that once.
Yeah, but that's way further than I've done with anybody else. But to make it clear, I don't sleep with any of the girls
Oh,
or the boys.
or the boy. Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, not
Maybe
yet.
the right person.
If I spend a little bit more time in LA, maybe I'll lean that
The
way.
heart wants what it wants. You might meet the right guy or girl and be like, well, I've never done this before, but we clearly have a strong connection. And
True.
I love you.
True.
Do you believe in true love?
True love. define true love?
Do you believe in soulmates?
Sure. Multiple soulmates. Like on the spectrum of thousands.
Well, do you want? You mentioned earlier to me off camera that you wanted to have kids one day.
For sure.
Do you want a monogamous relationship, a partner for the rest of your life?
That's a good question. I think I'm down. I'm on the other side of monogamy. I believe I'm on the exploration side.
So not at this time, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Things could
Or even
change.
if I'm like with somebody, it might be more on the exploration side of just like open relationship. Yeah.
That sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
See, I could do it, but I couldn't have my partner do it. I could dish, but I can't take.
Yeah, I think that's the initial problem with it. But I don't know. I'm pretty okay with it.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a hint of I want to go
Jealousy.
stab this guy because he just fucked my girl.
Yeah.
You know, there's like a hint of that.
Yeah.
And then you just let it pass, like every other feeling. You know.
Right. Yeah. The logical part of your brain goes, I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is
Yeah.
normal
Yeah.
when you think about it, because everyone has these desires. But then,
Not everyone has the desires, though. A lot of
Oh.
girls have told me, no, when I'm with you, I've never thought about another guy. If a hot guy goes by,
But do you believe that?
I've never thought about having sex with them.
do you believe them though?
Oh, yeah, I believe everything that comes out of a female's mouth.
Yeah. Good call. Smart. That's
So funny.
prison tours. I'd like to see that.
Prison tours, that's come up recently. I would like to see that as well.
Maybe different jails, different prisons that meet the criminal.
Yeah. It's
Female prisons, gay prisons. They
because
have
we
tons
don't
of different
know.
prisons.
Like, we literally have no idea what's like going on in there.
That's right. I mean, there's prison docs, and I have a pretty good idea, but I'd like to see it from your perspective.
Yeah. You know Drewski?
I've heard of him.
He
He just did Theo's podcast, didn't he?
He's a big black guy.
Yeah, I think he did Theo's.
He did
podcast.
like a little sketch thing because you know how like you'll see on social like some prisoners will get a cell phone and then they'll do like some dance moves and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like hilarious. So he did like a spoof on that. But then it would just be interesting just to go in there and just like hang out with them.
I feel like you can make that happen. You got the right connections.
Yeah.
You got the right amount of followers. If you put a story out, hey, I'm looking to do some prison tours.
Prison tours. My sister-in-law's dad actually worked in the prison system forever. I should start with him.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It'd be good. It'd be good for both ends too, because it kind of people want to know. Be good for them too. Good advertisement. I don't know if they need that. Military housing. I was thinking homeless tent tour. You're not supposed to stay homeless anymore.
Unhoused.
Unhoused tent tour.
Unhoused tent tour. I think that's too touchy of a subject.
Why?
Because they have more rights than us.
It's
What's
just
that have to
it's
do
just
with
a
rights?
I think it has to do with the internet. Like also
Wow.
there's a level of on the internet that I truly believe where you're using a situation for views. And I think if you do stuff like obviously I think helping's great, but I think if you're going and like filming homeless people's situations, then you're obviously using that for
But
views.
what if you did it in a completely respectful manner? Like, hey, nice to meet you. I'd love to have a tour of your tent. Maybe you even give them $100.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like,
But if he
Who's upset?
monetized that video,
Yeah.
oh, he's getting.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a
I see
piece
what
of
you're saying.
shit. And like
I didn't think about that.
In the grand scheme of things, it is monetized. So I'm a piece
I
of
didn't think
shit.
about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I think it'd be good like, I'd be interested in that and not in
Yeah.
a disrespectful way.
Having been in LA now for a couple months, like I am intrigued with the homeless population here, and
There's a lot.
I do kind of want to go see how they live, since like that's what I'm doing.
And there's a lot in New York too. There's a lot in both
Yeah,
the cities you
for
go to.
sure.
Have you thought about, or do you expand to other cities besides LA and New York?
I've done SF and Miami.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna expand out of the states this year.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
What about boats? You ever do a boat one?
I did a boat one,
Okay. Or
like
van life?
a houseboat. I've done van life. I saw your van life video.
Oh, you did? Thanks.
Yeah, I did some deep diving on.
Nice. Yeah. Trailer Trash Tammy. I did a little skit with her.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got pretty creepy in those. They were good times.
it's definitely getting creepy's fun sometimes.
Yeah.
It's interesting having done this series, and then I really start thinking about how people live. You know, like what situations do they live in, and in other countries. You know, like how do they live? It's like really interesting.
Yeah. Like in Europe, they have washer and dryers in the kitchens. a lot of the times.
Yeah.
These smaller the washer dryer combos. Now that you have, I assume, I don't know your financial status, but I assume you're making a solid living from this, and you're doing all these tours. Has it made you go, this is what I need for my apartment or my house? Has it made you rethink your own living situation?
Yeah, because I'm very much a boy. Like, if you go into my room, you see what I care about, which is, like, nothing to do with my room. I'm, like, a minimalist, too. I don't own many clothes. So it's definitely made me think about it, but it's also a type of person that puts time into constructing their I don't know, aesthetic, whatever that may be. But I still don't care that much. There's things that are cool, like not lots of natural light. You know you're in your 30s when you're talking about natural light, by the way.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just like, I never cared about it before.
Before I could live with no windows.
Yeah, no windows,
And dark
fine. Like, what
basement.
are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, I need it. It's like water. But there are cool things that I see, but I'm still just like, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, that's cool, but I don't need that.
Yeah.
That's extra.
Yeah.
How do you decide? I'm sure you're getting hit up literally hundreds to thousands of, hey, will you tour my apartment? Will you tour this? How do you pick? Like, would you do Morgan's apartment after this? Like, what's your standard? Does it need a unique feature? How do you decide on apartment tours?
Yeah, I kind of go back to like what's worked. So if it's like a tiny, unique space, people like seeing that. If it's like a really rich space, people like seeing that. I don't know, really expensive. If it's a unique living situation, like a van, this guy lived in like a commercial laundromat.
Oh, I saw that one.
That's
yeah.
like interesting.
It used to be commercial laundry at Matt, and now it's like this kind of hippie. It was cool. Yeah, cool conversion.
Hippy dippy living space.
Was that legal?
I don't know.
In NYC, we just opened a podcast studio there. Plug Melrose Podcast NYC. We just opened up our second location, and it's 3 times the size of this.
I do them every day, and I don't know. It can be very just like, I do stop people on the street too. Like, I'll stop somebody that's on the street and chat.
That
with
is
them.
real.
That is real. That's
Okay.
how it like originally started.
Got it.
It's like me challenging myself to go out there and do it. It makes me like, it's an uncomfortable thing.
Sure.
And I was like, if I can get over this, I can do anything, you know?
So when you actually do that, and I guess before now, probably some people are like, "Oh, I know you. Let's do it."
Right.
But when it was just no one knew who you are, what percentage would say no and what percentage would say yes?
Almost everyone said no and just like laugh at me,
Got it.
which was funny. It was
Yeah.
very defeating, but they'd just be like, no. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I just be like, well, I'm just trying to like tour your crib, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I make videos online. They're like, no, you know? But now, yeah, it's like in New York, like 1 out of 10 people
We'll know who you are.
have seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, oh shit. And then they might say yes or no, but they at least acknowledge, you know?
What about you already do some famous people's homes, but do you have famous people reaching out to you saying, "Come do my thing"? We don't have to even go into their names.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like famous people, really famous people that I'm chatting to.
Yeah.
That we're like trying to lock in times
That's sick.
ultimately. But yeah, no names, because until it happens, it's not real.
No, I'm sure.
But
They want to say that.
it's kind of fun because it's a very much like Meet Your Heroes situation, where it's like it's about somebody else. It's the whole thing's about somebody else.
Right.
So it's cool. that
What's the most famous person you've done so far? Would you say?
one. Maybe Barbara Corcoran
I don't know who's Barbara
from
Corcoran?
Shark Tank.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Shark
Yeah,
Tank.
she's great.
Yeah, she's good.
She had a cool house too. I saw that video.
Yeah, she did have a cool house. I mean, it depends on what realm of famous, I guess.
What would be your dream person to see their house, tour their house?
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey would be cool. She lives 2 hours from here, Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the second I landed here, I went to her house and I like rang the buzzer.
You tried.
I tried. No one.
Are you
answered.
being seriously?
No one answered. But yeah.
Are you serious? You went to Oprah
dead ass
Winfrey's
serious.
house and rang a doorbell?
Yeah.
That's
There was
sick.
like a little buzzer. She had so many guard towers out there. It was super intimidating.
Oh yeah, she's a billionaire.
And I knew like no one was gonna answer, but in my heart, I'm like, that's
Maybe.
that's the effort you have to put in. Like if you
Yeah.
don't try, you don't know.
You never know. You never know. I wouldn't have shocked me if maybe she heard about it. I don't know. Who knows? You
Yeah.
should make a video of you trying to, not even doing the video,
Yeah,
just of trying to
so
do
then it
it
gets
for us.
spread on the internet.
Yeah.
I've thought about that
Yeah,
actually.
and it'd be fun. What made you get into this originally? This idea?
The
and-
specific idea.
Yeah, this specific touring the houses. What made you go, I'm going to try that for a
Yeah.
video?
It's a lot. So I've been making videos online for years.
Mm-hmm.
That started off with like sketch comedy stuff or vlogging, really, because I started in the vlogging era. then it was like, what do I enjoy doing online? What do I like doing as a human? Like, what experiences and emotions do I want to go through? If you're looking at it like super analytically. So I just like tried a bunch of things, and then I realized this man on the street stuff was like really popular. So I was like, how do I like recreate this in my own way? Saw this guy like interviewing people on the street, and he was like, how much do you pay for rent? What's the most expensive thing in your home? So I was like, that's interesting. That's going viral. People like this. Let me go try something along those lines. So I was like asking people, what's your favorite pizza in New York? And then I'd go review the pizza.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a couple of those.
And that was going like really viral. But I was like, dude, I can't scale pizza. Like I don't want to eat pizza every day and just like get fat as fuck from pizza. And just feel this like need to just eat pizza all the time. So I was like, that's not the thing. And then I have this like 10x rule on social where it's like, if you see an idea that's working, you should like 10x it somehow.
Right. Just
So
go
it's like
full blown with it.
if this plant's like here in this environment, it's like, how do you put a plant in a new environment? That would be crazy. It's like, if it's in space, that would be pretty cool,
Yeah.
you know? So I was like, shit, what if I asked to go in their homes? What if like that guy who's interviewing the people won't ask that? Like, let me ask. And if they say yes, that'd be even more crazy. So that's where the original idea kind of came. And the first video went like super viral
Cool.
to a level that I'd never experienced before.
Right. You're like,
So I was
okay,
like,
here we go.
shit, this is it.
Game on.
Yeah, game on.
That's cool. What has been your favorite one? Favorite house where you're like, whoa, or favorite video?
Favorite video of all time is the laundromat tour. Just because the whole space and the guy, the human interaction was so fun.
Was that did you get linked up with him or was that one on the street?
He linked up with me. He said, you ever been inside a laundromat? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. He's like, have you ever been inside one that someone lives in? Like, no, I have not been inside a laundromat someone lives in. So it was fun. It was a unique space. The way he wants to live is so different than everyone else.
But what do you pay a month for rent?
$2,800.
That's pretty modest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not crazy for New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have expected you to have a $10,000 place.
No, never.
With those shoes?
With these shoes, with scotch and soda?
Yes. Have you filmed any tour videos? And then after they go, you know what? Don't release that. Sketch. Delete that. Take that down.
Yeah, so there was this one. There's been two that I've taken down, that has to take down. One, the landlord of the house saw it and was like, yo, we can't have this.
Why?
I don't know, maybe because it was like put on blast, you know? It's like, I forget that millions of people see this, and then, I don't know, maybe they just don't want it.
Okay.
I'm kind of removed from that a little bit. Then another one, this girl, we did it, and then it went good. It was fun. It was silly, cool place. Then she just like texted me the next day. She's like, can you take it down? And I just did immediately.
Yeah.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But then I was like, what are the reasons why you wanted to take it down? So I can just like learn for the future.
Yeah.
Like, did I do something inappropriate or wrong?
Right.
Because I don't want to do that again on the tour. She's like, no, I just got uncomfortable like with all the comments and stuff. And then she said, also, you could see the butt plug in my shower. Which I didn't even notice, you know? But you know,
people do,
people are
yeah.
meticulous, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's okay, you know? Sometimes people like to shove a butt plug inside
That makes
themselves.
that makes you cool. In
Yeah.
my eyes, that makes me think she's awesome.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I was like,
hell yeah.
self-expression. That's what you like. It's cool.
It's
Shouldn't
an
be
art
embarrassed.
piece.
Don't be
Yeah.
embarrassed.
You could claim it's for art, I guess.
I think you're at a place where you can guess by looking at someone, talking to them for a little, what kind of house they have.
Interesting question. Guess what type of house they live in.
Like if you you've talked to Ari now for an hour.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Try it.
Feel out like
Let's try it.
Let's try it right now.
Yeah.
Let's try it right now. Okay, if I can describe the place you live in. You said you aren't dating anyone currently, right? Or
I have
are
a
you?
girlfriend currently.
You do have a girlfriend. Do you
Yeah.
live together? Can I ask
No.
questions or no?
Yeah, sure. No, we don't. But
Okay.
we're getting there.
Gotcha. So you're
Yeah.
getting there. So my first thought is that you're maybe a little messy, not extremely messy.
Should I?
Don't answer. Let
Okay,
me
okay, yeah.
let me finish. Let me
Yeah.
finish. Yeah, a little messy, not extremely messy. I feel like you don't have that many things in there, but it might be like IKEA friendly.
IKEA furniture is what you're saying?
Yeah, or
Okay.
set up in that direction. And then probably not a giant space. And you probably pay around like $2,500 a month. I imagine the bedroom's in the back.
All right, now do I go?
It was pretty good though.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Bedroom's in the back.
Yeah.
But no, I would say overall I'm pretty clean. I'm not the cleanest. I'm sure there's neat freaks that are like, you're not clean. But overall, I'd say I'm generally a pretty clean guy.
Like you wash your dishes after
wash
you use
my
them.
dishes.
Yeah.
Sure. Sometimes I'll leave them in for a few hours, but yeah, I don't have a dishwasher at my place. So I have to hand wash them. So sometimes I'll let them soak in the sink.
Yeah,
for a few hours.
I washed this girl's dishes in her shower once, because she lives in this box next to a welding shop.
Whoa.
And she doesn't have a bathroom, but she's got a shower in her bedroom next to her twin bed.
Interesting.
And then she has this like little stove top that she like folds out from the wall.
And
She just
then
like
the
cook
sink.
there, and then she has this tub, like a little tub that like the dishwasher uses.
Yeah.
To, like gets all the dishes. She'll just like bring that and like wash her dishes in the shower.
See, to me, if I had that arrangement, I think I would just eat out every time. I don't want to deal with all that. That's me. Like, I put a stove in my van. I built a camper van. And I was like, maybe I'll want to cook sometimes. I've not cooked in the van one time because I'm like, I don't want to deal with all that.
Yeah, I think in that situation, if you live in a box next to a welding shop, maybe you just can't afford to eat out, so she has to do that.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's more of like a situation where she has to do it
Fair enough.
versus like just eat out.
Yeah. So I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, like a mile from here. And I keep it pretty clean. It's Amazon furniture, which is pretty close to IKEA. Yeah, it's like IKEA grade furniture for the most part. And it's old, but I have a really good deal. I pay $18.33 now. For a
1833.
two-bedroom, which is a really good deal. So if I moved out, it'd probably be like closer to $3,200.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
for that type of place. And I might move out soon because I might move in with the girlfriend, and she has a dope place. A lot of natural light, 2 bedrooms,
So she's the breadwinner.
Culver City. She makes a lot more money than I do.
She's the
yeah,
breadwinner, huh?
for
Have
sure.
you ever lived with a girl?
Short-lived. I did like a 6-month girlfriend living in. That's what broke us up, is us living together.
Right.
But-
It's a strain. It's a big test.
But it's a good thing, I think, because it's like if we never lived together, we might still be together when we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So I actually tell my dating advice to people is move in right away. Move
Yeah.
in after a month.
You should move in after a
2.
month and get a therapist, and then get a dog. See how you handle the stress.
Yeah.
You know.
That seems like a good idea. But yeah, so we might move in together. We fight a lot. So I told her if we could go 1 month without a fight, I'll move in. So we're on day 4 or 5 right now. So if we can go another 3 weeks,
I feel like we're about to switch roles because I'm gonna start asking you some questions about your relationship.
that's
And
what I
now,
got.
now
for
I'm
you.
the therapist. So why do you guys fight a lot? You know,
All sorts of things, really.
what's going on there?
I think, I would say she loves drama and it's because of her, but I'm sure she would say we're 50-50 roles
Does
in the
she wake
fighting.
up and like read Daily Mail every morning? She just like loves deep diving into the drama.
No, but she watches like vampire soap operas on TV and reality shows. So it could be from that. Who knows? I don't know the psychology behind why we fight, but I think what it is and I might cut this out, who knows? But I think I'm a chill guy.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. Like
Right.
everyone has their moments, but generally speaking, I'm laid back. I don't try not to get upset too easily.
Right.
Even if something's bothering me a little bit, I could kind of address it or put up with it. Whereas her, I think if she gets bothered,
It's like
it's a fight.
it's like up here already.
Right. It's like if I do something a little annoying that shouldn't probably need to be a full-scale fight, it's a full-scale fight.
Right.
So sometimes it's just kind of needing to be a little more chill about things.
Totally.
Yeah.
I get that. It's like yeah, just going 0 to 100 real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that. I think, yeah. So I would describe it as like, okay, you just need to be a little more chill. And
Yeah, but you
we'll
can't
go
tell
on
someone
further.
they need to be more chill.
Yeah, no,
You
you can't word
cannot.
it that way.
Yeah. It's almost like you have to manipulate the situation.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be smart.
Yeah.
You gotta be
So,
real smart.
my latest tact of manipulation is if you want to live together, which she does, and so do I, if I'm being honest,
Right.
might as well. We're with each other all the time anyway. It's like we spend the night with each other 5 out of 7 days of the week. you
Oh, that's a
know?
lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we might as well live together.
Right.
and save money, all that. But if we want this, I need to know that if I'm going to give up my sweet ass deal on my apartment, that this is going to work out long term, like at least a year or whatever, forever, a year. So if we're fighting, I need to go a month without fighting in order to feel secure enough to want to move in with someone. Pretty fair.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. I feel indifferent about the whole arguing thing. But I'm a pretty serious person. Like one of my advisors, we were like getting lunch.
What kind of advisor is he?
Business advisor.
Okay.
We're getting lunch, and he said, "It must be really intense to date you, Caleb, because you you just jump into it. You ask the most intense questions." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'd rather know than not know."
Yeah, you gotta
which
know.
could be like very intense for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel the same. It's like you can't be scared to talk about certain things,
Right.
especially if you're gonna be dating the person.
Yeah. Like when I'm super horny, you gotta let her know. Trying to get one off right now.
That's one of our struggles too. Is I'm a lot hornier than she is.
Interesting.
That's normal.
Yeah, it is normal.
Is it normal?
Yes.
But
the
it's
longer you date someone, the less horny the girl is.
Mm.
yeah. So it's been the same horniness level for her, but like I'm a deviant. I need it like 2 times a day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You gotta get on antidepressants.
Is that what?
I don't want to do that though.
2 times a day.
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely have sex once a day for sure. 2 times? That might be like having dessert twice for me.
It is, yeah. But I'm flawed, and that's one of my flaws. Is I don't require it, but I want it 2 times a day.
You want it 2 times.
And I acknowledge that, yeah, I'm not going on antidepressants.
He just needs to take more of this stuff. He takes more of this stuff.
NADs.
Yeah, actually, I think this will
It might be
make
the
you,
opposite.
I think you might want to have sex more.
Yeah.
Antidepressants, you'll never want to have sex.
Yeah, no, I actually, in college, I got my heart broken really badly. Like first heartbreak. I was a mess. And I was so sad that I'm normally like, don't even take Tylenol. It's weird after you guys see that I take NADs, but I normally don't really take pills. I think vitamins are a little different and like supplements, but I don't take meds or painkillers, that kind of thing. But I was so sad that I called my dad. I was like, can you get me some antidepressants? Like I'm not functioning right now. I can't, like I was having panic attacks. I couldn't stay in class. I would have to leave class
Damn.
halfway through the lecture. So I started taking antidepressants, and a week and a half in, couldn't get an erection, was like a zombie. I was like, I'd rather be sad than this shit. I need to fight through the depression because this is not making me feel good.
I've never tried them. I would not want to ever try them either. But I've heard similar stories. It's just like you just become a zombie. You know what you need to do to get real horny? You just need to eat super clean and exercise all the time. If you exercise all the time, you're just like horny.
So I've been wanting to eat clean and exercise all the time, but I shouldn't get any hornier. And I agree. I think I'd get hornier if I did that.
Yeah. When I'm like really on a tight regimen and working out, it's just like, I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Like that. It's like, bro. It's like 11 a.m. Like, I'm just like.
Is there anything in your life that I could help you with? I'm an unlicensed therapist. I'm really knowledgeable. I'm really smart. I'm really wise. I'm 2 years older than you. 33.
Yeah.
An old man.
And you've been on YouTube much longer. 13 years.
That's when I started it, but yeah, I've never taken it seriously to this day. But I just reached 10K, 10,000 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a milestone, yeah.
It took me a long time.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
10K is a good feeling.
10K.
That's probably the best feeling, honestly. Because like getting into 10K is so hard.
Yeah, 10K is really hard, and I think if I got 100, the way I look at social media is, I feel like these days if I got 200,000 followers, I could headline. I do stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
and like my real dream is to be a touring headliner. So social media is all kind of like my goal is to get enough following that I could be a touring headliner.
Right. Well, social media is just a tool to achieve a goal you want.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
So like, yeah, would it be cool to have a few 100,000 followers? Of course, and then probably get more money from it and whatever, all the stuff. But the real reason I want it is because I want to tour the country doing stand-up.
Exactly.
And right now I do tour the country, but it's opening for people.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think, which is cool.
Which is also cool.
I think there's this fallacy behind social media that it's like, this is like the thing. Like for example, you're doing this to achieve another goal. and sometimes it's like not that fun. You know, what I mean, it's like work. And I think a lot of people think like social media just like is the thing, or they don't treat it as a tool or a job. And that's why people don't like make it, I believe. Because you have to have like a larger goal, like a bigger picture thing.
Yeah, I think there's that. And I do think, like, for me, my biggest weakness is consistency and writing. So I think, you know, when you put out a video once a month, chances are they're not all
it's
going
got to be a banger fucking video.
Yeah,
It's got to be
a
like
banger
Mr.
video.
Beast level video.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, we got to bring it back because you said I was about to get emotional with you about
Yes.
something you could
so
help
I
me
want to
with.
I want to know, what can I help you with?
You know, I guess my biggest dilemma recently, which I don't know if you could help me with this, is dealing with fame.
Interesting. And is the fame making you sad at all, or are you dealing, like, in what ways do you need help dealing with it? Because I know a lot of famous people, not to name drop, I'm not name dropping, but not to brag. And sometimes I see them get really sad because they thought it would make them happy. And they realize once they got famous, they're like, shit, I'm still really sad.
Totally. It's not that.
Okay.
I knew fame wouldn't make me happy at all. It's more of just how do you deal with it in a good way? Necessarily like with like treating people, or when you shouldn't be, you know, engaging with people, or just like not reading into it too much, you know what I mean? Because like I'll walk down the street in New York City and I can like hear people talking about me.
Right.
And it's just
Like
like
they go, oh, that's the guy.
yeah, they'll like be like murmuring and stuff. I'm like, this is so weird.
That is weird.
And then I'm like, well, what do I do? Do I like look at them? Do I like go talk to them? Do I wait for them to talk to me? Do I just ignore them and keep walking? And then that happens in like a lot of spaces I go into. So there's all these like weird thoughts, and I'm like, well, what's the best way to like handle this shit?
That's interesting.
That's just like an example, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for me to fully give you advice on this because I'm not famous, but
But you are an unlicensed therapist.
I am an unlicensed therapist. I would say try to, in a situation like that where you're hearing murmurs, I would say ignore it. Wait, like if they want to come up to you and talk to you, they can, but you don't want to be going out of your way to, like, what's the point of just going? You wouldn't do that if you were a normal person. You would walk up to people and be like, hey, I'm Caleb, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I think I'm going to start doing actually is anytime I see that, I'm just going to run up to them and say, hey, you want to take a picture with me?
yeah.
Let's take a picture
That'd
together.
be weird.
Like, that's what you want to do, right? I think that's when, like, like when you see, like, my whole life, I've watched, like, people go insane, like, famous people go crazy online, you know, like, videos and stuff, and it's like, that's how they're feeling, you know?
Yeah.
They're, like, feeling that way.
They're feeling insane.
So then
they snap.
they project it on them, you know? It's
Yeah,
kind
that'd
of
be
funny.
weird.
I get it now. I get it, though.
I think ignore it, but I think it's definitely something that is obviously going to be a part of your life now, whether that be for a year or 10 years or 20 years or forever. And you should recognize that your actions will be talked about and do have influence over people. So just try to be the best version of yourself so that other people around you try to be the best versions of themselves, because you're a role model now. You're an influencer.
That's
straight
so
up.
That's so powerful. I actually have that written down, and I look at it every day.
Yeah.
It says I'm the most consistent version of me.
It's weird because like I could walk down the street and be sad and have a bad day and not be that friendly. And it doesn't matter, really. I mean, it matters to me, but not to anyone else. If you have a bad day and maybe you snap at someone, or maybe you're not that friendly, they're going to go around, oh, I met that guy. He's a dick.
He's a dick.
That guy's an asshole. And they would rather say that story than I met him. He was really cool. He was really nice.
Yeah.
People would rather go, oh, that guy who does the tours?
Yeah.
Complete asshole.
Totally.
What a prick that guy is.
Yeah, maybe I should just lean into that, you know, just being a dick just to everyone as much as possible.
Yeah, so it'd be weird because I've thought about that because, like, I'll go on the road with like a Theo Von or a Pauly Shore, and they're really good about being nice to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they kind of have to, because if they say to one person, hey, I'm not in the mood, can you leave me alone? Which would be totally, like, when you think about it, that's totally normal to 1% of the time not be in the mood to talk to a stranger and take a picture with them.
Totally.
Like, that's nothing wrong with that.
Totally.
But if they do that, that person's going to go around going, that guy's a dick.
Yeah, for sure. I think, so I worked in the music industry, like shooting, like building brands online for artists and stuff like that. So I worked with a lot of influencers and famous people before, like this moment happened for me. And I was able to just like interview them and observe them and like ask them questions a lot. And like the biggest stars who would always, the nicest and biggest ones would always like take pictures with people and be super kind all the time. They'd be like, it's just 1 second of my time and it's, something that they may talk about forever, like impact on them. I'm like, damn, that's pretty powerful,
Yeah, it's the truth. But yeah, I think you seem like you have a pretty good head on your shoulders. And you were around it before that helps. Some people are it's so new to them.
Yeah, I feel grateful that I was around it for a while before the moment happened.
Yeah, because you could think about what would I be like if that happened to me.
Yeah, or you just kind of like see people who do it good or do it bad, or what you think's cool or not cool. Well, the pressures are like really high, Like that was something I reflected on recently, where I was like, I didn't realize that the pressure was actually bothering me. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's good that I'm recognizing that. But like, just like all the comments and the press and the people and stuff, it's like, whoa.
Do you feel like when you leave the house, you care more about your appearance now? Because, people are going to recognize you. Like, sometimes I walk around in sweatpants and sandals, and I just look like shit because I don't give a shit. You feel like you can't
I'll walk around in whatever, yeah.
You'll still look like shit.
Yeah. I don't mind looking like shit. Some people were like, oh, you should dress nicer and stuff. And I was like, me kind of just like dressing like a regular dude is my thing. Like I don't want to change because I might have more money. And now I can like buy more name brand shit. Like I don't care about that.
Obviously on the internet, you get a lot of negative comments. Anyone does. I'm sure generally speaking, your comments are positive, but you get the trolls, you get the haters. Have you had anything in real life? Any haters?
Oh, any haters in real life like come up to me and just spit in my face.
That would be crazy.
Rub it all
that
around.
would be crazy. Or be like, dude, your
they,
videos suck or
they
something.
Pull my pants down and they start laughing.
They just
like,
pants you.
Yeah.
And they film it for their own TikTok and they're like, here's pants, Caleb.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw someone get pantsed? Like,
what would be more humiliating than getting pants? Like, imagine being on the subway and someone comes up to you and pants you. That would be so humiliating.
Last time I saw someone get pants, I was like 16. And I was like at a Sonic with my brother. We had just finished up Christian basketball game, at the Christian Academy. And then this guy walks up and pants my brother. But when you pants someone, you're not supposed to pull down their underwear.
He pulled down the undies.
Pulled down his underwear, so it all flopped out. My brother got so embarrassed and like grabbed him and like slammed him up against this glass window. It was just like awkward.
That's a good comeback.
Yeah, but all over just like pantsing.
I remember I never got bullied, but it was a big fear of mine because I wasn't a cool guy.
Right.
So I would wear like belts and stuff to prevent me from getting pants because I thought about it. So I'd wear.
You thought about it?
Yeah, when I was like that age where people were getting pants.
Yeah.
I was like, I do not want to be pants.
Why don't we pants now? Like, why don't we pants our friends?
Because it's mean.
But
it's
it was so funny when we were a kid. Like,
yeah,
if it's like your close friend, like you can mess with them a little bit, right?
I think it'd be okay to mess with them if you're around. Like, if it's just you and your friends, throw pants in. But if we're at a public place, that's mean. Yeah,
it's pretty funny though. No, but to answer your question, no one said anything mean to me.
That's cool.
Like to my face.
Yeah.
But
is there any internet ones that have really got to you where you're like, damn, have you ever had a bad day and you read a negative comment and it brings you down?
Totally. Yeah, it definitely gets under my skin a little bit more than I'd like to admit. Even though I feel like I have a pretty like mentally strong game, but like sometimes if I'm just like having an off day or something and I see it, I'm like, damn, dude, like, but the reason and this and that and that. But I don't engage. I just like let it go.
Yeah. You don't respond. Be like, well, F you too.
If it's a joke of a video that's obviously a joke, I'll respond with jokes below. But if it's not, like if it's like a spoof or something.
Anything in the works for you? Any big things that you want to reveal here? Any that you're allowed to talk about? Big plans, new video ideas, TV show, anything like that?
Well, will be another show soon. That's not the apartment tour show.
Got another piece, another segment,
another version of me that will live out there.
Excited for that.
Yeah, me too. It should be fun.
Anything in the comedy world? You ever go to shows in New York City?
When I first moved to New York, a lot of my friends were comics.
Okay, cool.
So I would just like go to their shows a lot.
Any ones that we would know?
No.
No, got it.
Unfortunately.
Well, if you love their stuff now, do you ever see a creator now that you really believe in, like someone that's really talented and promote their stuff, change their life?
Yeah, for sure. Cool. As long as they're like putting in the work, I think that's like the underlining thing. Yeah. There's so many talented people out there, but it's so much work.
Yeah.
So if they're like putting in the work and they're cool, I'm like, oh, this could be like a fun collab.
Collabs.
Because it's weird. if you get featured like on my show right now, like people have gotten like hundreds of thousands of followers
No way.
from one video.
From a tour of
From
their
a
place.
tour. Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
It's pretty cool. Or just like a lot of people have gotten job opportunities or just like real more abundance in their life. If they have something of value to offer the
Sure.
world, of course. You know, they may be really hot or sexy
That's
or
value.
beautiful.
That's the number one value, I'd
you
say.
know, a model.
Looks are the most important
Yeah.
thing in the world.
That typically happens. But yeah, so that's fun. And I feel like I see it more now, if that makes any sense.
See talent more?
Yeah, I see talent more.
You recognize it more.
I'm
yeah.
recognizing it much more. And
You know what to look for.
yeah, and that's fun. It's because it's just like people out doing what they love. And when they love doing some shit, it's like really fun to see that, you know?
What do you think you'd be doing if you were not a creator?
Oh man, if I never moved to New York City, I'd be like in sales right now.
Sales?
Like hammering the phone away, like crying at night.
That doesn't sound fun.
Like and in the day too.
So you
and I'd
never
be
had,
drinking
like, a-
alcohol a lot.
You never had like a backup plan or dream, kind of like a psychologist or a doctor, a lawyer, like anything like that, where you're like, oh, that's what I would have wanted to do. Athlete.
You know, well, when I was younger, like professional NBA, like basketball.
NBA, okay.
But when I moved to New York and I picked up a camera, I was like I was managed a tennis club teaching tennis. And I was interviewing at all these financial firms, you know? Like, oh, I got to go work in finance. Like, that's what you do. I have a business degree. I interviewed at like 20 places. Then I realized, like, I can never do this. So I just threw all my suits in the trash can. And I made a video about how I was never going to do that. And I would either go homeless or make it. Like, that was my mindset.
It worked.
Yeah.
That's a ballsy move.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
You still play tennis?
I played paddle yesterday for the first time.
Is that pickleball or different?
It's in between pickle and tennis. Pickleball is a different ball. It's like a wiffle ball. It's like a dog toy.
Yeah.
I think pickleball is not as fun. Paddle's way better. It's like with the tennis ball is deflated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played pickleball. I played tennis. Those are pretty fun. But
Yeah.
I actually used to be a tennis instructor at a children's camp.
Damn. Tennis
Yeah.
instructors, let's go.
But I'm not good. I
Yeah.
was just good compared to children.
Right.
I could serve. I could overhand serve. You know, I know the rules, but I couldn't even make my high school tennis team.
Damn. So you suck.
Yeah, I kind of. I like. You know what I say? I'm a really good athlete for a comedian. If there's any comedy league of
Oh,
sport,
yeah.
I'll hang.
Why
I'll be
isn't
one of the
there a
better
comedy
guys.
league?
There is. There's like comedy softball team. There's comedy basketball meetups.
Oh,
There's
okay,
a
okay.
comedy tennis thing, and in those leagues, I'm one of the better players.
Is there a lot of laughter? Like there's a lot of funny stuff going on? Or is it just like completely dry? Like when you guys
It's-
are hanging out, it's just like not funny at all.
It depends who you're around. It's generally normal.
There's normal
Comedians
conversation.
aren't even funny half the time in person. And the ones that are funny in person are annoying because they're always on. They turn it on and they don't shut it off.
I feel
and
like
you
it's
get
like
annoyed.
Kevin Hart. I feel like he's never off.
I don't know Kevin Hart. Do you know him at all? I've never even met him. He's so good.
think
He's
so.
like,
Kevin, if you're watching this, I'll come tour your crib, bro.
I bet you he'd want that. He seems like the ultimate workhorse, constantly working, taking every opportunity he can. He sees your channel. He's like, yep, got to be on that. I feel like Kevin Hart would totally
Yeah.
let you tour his place, but I obviously
maybe-
can't speak for him.
Maybe he might. Maybe he
After
will.
this,
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, and then come do my podcast, Kevin.
Yeah, and then come on the podcast.
Yeah,
Come on the pod.
that would be a big episode for me. That could be a life-changing episode. Have you done a lot of podcasts?
So you're saying this isn't life changing?
We'll see.
He was,
time
he
will tell.
actually beforehand was saying he was.
I was saying you were one of my bigger guests. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm here-
My biggest episode to this day is the Cart Narc. Have you seen his stuff?
No.
The Cart Narc's a legend. He goes to grocery store parking lots and he waits for people to leave their cart by the car and he goes, "That's not where the cart goes." They freak out. They flip out on
I've
him.
never seen that.
It's incredible.
He throws magnets at their car that say,
I'm a lazy bones.
"I'm a lazy bones," and they chase him down the street.
That's
They
for real.
lose their shit. And that was my number one episode because he wears a chest cam in his video, so you don't know what he looks like. So I was the first podcast, and you see what he looks like. So everyone was coming to it.
They were like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
So how much outreach do you do? Like, because you shot me a DM.
I need to be doing more if I'm being honest. I don't do a whole lot. And booking is the hardest part.
Yeah, same.
It's the hardest part. So I probably do outreach a couple DMs a week. Most of my guests are people I know.
Gotcha.
Other comedians,
You know,
that sort of thing.
people, you think that life would be easier even if like I have like a hit show online right now, touring people's homes, but I'm working like 5 times as hard to get guests on.
You'd think it'd be the opposite.
You think it'd be so easy. I mean, when I'm in front of somebody, it's like an easier pitch.
Sure.
But it's like, how do you get to that person? Who do you know who knows that person? So it's like a constant just like grind.
Well, if there's any comedians you want, I could probably reach out to them.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people in the comedy world. And I feel like, yeah, I'm surprised to hear that, honestly, because
some of it's easy, but some of it's just like, it's all networking, right? Or like, who do you like? How is it going to be perceived? And marketing too. Like if I'm trying to get like, let's say, for example, I don't know, Oprah, let's say Oprah. Like, what incentive does she have?
Right.
She needs to be like promoting a book or a new show or something that totally aligns at the right timing.
That's true.
You know, it's all about that. It has nothing to do with like, oh, we're going to get views. It's like, we're already famous as fuck.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
we don't
big.
necessarily need you. You know?
She's too big, maybe, or she would be a hard one to get. But there's people. Yeah.
It's all about timing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be it. Oprah would be that. That would also have to be longer than a minute. Her house is so huge.
No, we'd make it only 20 seconds. That's all she gets. Yeah.
Now you could pay apparently for a blue check mark on all the social medias. What do you think about
On
that?
Instagram, yeah.
On Instagram and Facebook.
I totally let go of like all these things on social, like blue checks or like follower counts or anything, because the most important thing is that you're making content. So it doesn't really matter if any of that exists. I think that's like the fallacy behind all of it.
You're a successful influencer now. I'm sure like there is a fear of like, does this person actually like me or want to get to know me, or does this person just want to get on my channel, or like, what's this person's deal?
There's been like 3 times already in the past couple months where like I've kind of been used like that already.
There you go.
Where I was like, I was just used in the situation, and I recognized it, and I was like, this was like uncomfortable. You know?
I've experienced that, and I'm freaking nobody. Anything you want to promote besides your stuff you already have? Maybe something that isn't popular that you think should be more popular that people need to find?
You know, it's funny that you say, like, is there anything I want to promote? The first thing that goes in my head is just like, you know, drink more water, people. You know, eat some vegetables. You know, go sit in the sun a little bit. That's pretty much all life is. So
I need to do more of that. That's
just like go do that, and stop worrying about getting famous.
Yeah, a lot of people watching this need to hear that. What kind of music are you into?
Oh, bro.
Because I know you said you used to work in music.
Yeah, I'm so deep into like the house scene.
House scene?
Like the underground house scene in
so
New York.
you go to raves and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like in the deep, dirty dungeons.
Wow.
Yeah,
I went to one of those for the first time in Phoenix, or no, where was I? Denver. I went to this like abandoned warehouse rave, and everyone was on drugs, and it was like this weird, dirty place.
Your eyes are all wide.
People were so into it, and I was like,
you just
I had to leave after 10 minutes.
You just telling me, I get like this. Oh.
What is it? Sell this to me. What is it? The music? What do you love about this scene?
What do I love about the scene? I love dancing. It's like therapy for me.
Okay.
So it's just like euphoric and fun to just like go out. It's like a release for me. Kind of like how you like to have sex 2-3 times a day.
Yeah.
It's like I need to dance every day more than like ejaculate. It's like a better feeling. Almost.
I'm too self-conscious to dance. You'll never see me dance. Even if I want to dance, I'm not dancing.
That's the thing, though. I think it's important to get over that feeling. If you can get over that feeling, then it's like self-expression. But it's really, I feel like it's only really self-expression if it's like a hot person. Because if it's a hot person dancing all weird, it's like, oh, that's cool. But if it's not a hot person, you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
That's a weirdo.
You know what I'm saying?
That guy's silly.
Yeah, it's like he's just being weird.
Mm-hmm. I went to Cali Vibes yesterday. Or Cali, it is Cali Vibes? Yeah, Jack Johnson, Slightly Stupid, kind of stoner festival. It was pretty fun, though.
That does sound fun.
Good music.
But I'm all over the board. I like to go experience all walks of music because it's just such interesting crowds and like, I don't know, it's intriguing.
Any business ventures you want to get into besides the content game? Do you want to start a clothing brand? Do you want to start a record label?
There's some business ventures currently being worked on, but
nothing to talk about.
I cannot say anything at the moment. Yeah.
Do you see yourself buying a home soon for yourself?
No.
No, renter.
Just renting. I mean, my main objective is just to pay off all my family's debt and like retire my mom, and then whatever my family wants, I can
That's
have.
so sweet of you.
Yeah, that's my main
That's so
input.
nice.
I know. It's like
You love your mom.
I'm just like a nice guy or something.
You love your family.
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
She gave me a lot, so like I'm returning it back. That's the goal. That's the goal. Before I get myself anything.
Really nice of you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for doing the podcast.
Dude, thanks for having me on.
Really appreciate it. I
Oh.
know you get a lot of requests. Do you do a lot of podcasts?
I've done a few, but if someone asks me, my theory is like just go talk, just be wherever I can be.
Might as well.
If I have time,
Yeah.
I should go talk.
Would you ever do acting type stuff?
Sure.
Kanye West, would you do a tour of him or no?
Kanye West.
Yeah, would you do a tour of his house?
Would I do a tour of Kanye West's house?
Yeah.
He's the guy who makes like the Yeezys and stuff, right?
That's the same guy, yeah.
Oh yeah. If him and Kim Kardashian got back together, I would.
But not solo, because you don't want to support anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I can't support that. Yeah. It's so crazy to think that Kanye is just like canceled now.
He'll probably be back.
You think?
The way I look at it, and I'm Jewish, so I'm allowed to talk about it unlimited, is he's just mentally ill. I don't think you should be get canceled for being mentally ill.
Right.
If he was genuinely like out there beating up Jews or doing something bad, fine. But if it's just a crazy person saying crazy shit, you shouldn't be canceled for that. You should help that guy.
Right. Help that guy. So I like how I'm like, say some shit that'll go viral, and you're like, you want to tour Kanye's house? I say yes. Everyone's like, fuck that apartment tour guy.
Yeah, well, you never
Fuck
know. I
that
might
guy.
catch you saying something. Oh, what's your workout regimen?
Oh, wow. It's pretty intense. I wake up every day. I go do a cold plunge
Every day.
every day. I've done it every day for a year.
Wow.
Like either a cold shower or cold plunge, depending
Okay.
on my access.
Right.
Then I do some like stretching, stuff like that. Then I'll either go for a run or a workout at some point. Then throughout the day, I'm always like doing like push-ups or squats and stuff. Whenever
Like how many a day? How many push-ups a day do you think you knock out?
I don't know, like 50, 75.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about
Handstands.
handstands?
Like doing handstands.
You're a
yeah.
freaking gymnast.
Try to be.
That's incredible. What is your dream woman? Describe her to me.
Oh, my dream woman. One, she's bisexual.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, she's definitely bisexual.
3 ways.
She's like a free being. Like maybe she's gone to Burning Man like once too many times.
Okay.
Does
mushrooms a lot.
Yeah, she floats around. She's super easy to chat with. She's done the deep work, And what I mean by deep work is that she's like done acid once too many times. That she's like really explored the inside of her soul. But then she comes out of it. She doesn't do acid anymore, except for maybe like once a year.
Okay.
God, I'm so
Recreational.
specific.
Oh, I when you describe this girl to me, I have a vision. in
You
my
have
head
a
of this
vision,
girl.
right? And then
brown
like,
hair is what I'm picturing.
yeah, maybe brown hair, and she's also like fit,
course.
She cares about fitness.
Of course.
And
She's got to take care of herself.
yeah, then she's just like, everybody when you meet her, like everyone wants to fuck her.
You want that.
Yeah, like every single person wants to have sex with her.
But
like,
isn't that just every hot girl?
I don't think so, bro. I think this girl specifically is like, you meet this girl and you're like, damn, I want to like, she's so cool. I want to like, just like put the P in the V.
So you wanted this open thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
Could you handle it with a friend hooking up with your girl? Or does it have to be a stranger? What if she want to hook up with your buddy?
I think it's all situational. But, I mean, I don't know. If we become real close, bro, maybe I'll let you in.
So that would make it easier for you if we were closer.
I think so. I think if we were like cool,
So there'd be
and then she liked you, it'd be like, all right, cool.
See, for me, if not that I don't even know if I could ever handle anything like that, but if I could, it'd be like, do it with someone out of my circle.
Right, so you don't have to think about it.
Yeah, so it's not in my face all the time.
And my roommates are poly in New York.
Wow.
And so I've been able to like witness this whole world for like years and years and years. So I have like a unique perspective on it, I feel. But it's all set up differently, It's all what you're comfortable
Yeah,
with.
that's interesting to especially have roommates. So you're around it a lot. What about do you think you'll get your own place anytime soon? If you want to keep the roommates?
I like having roommates. I think it's fun. I think in New York City or LA, it's the only two places where it's socially acceptable to have roommates. So if I ever decide to leave those places, which I don't think I will, like New York specifically, then it's just like not cool. Or I'll hit a point in my life where, this girl who's done too much acid comes into my life. And
I
then we're
think
just
that
like
is-
sleeping with lots of people, going to sex parties and stuff,
Whoa.
maybe even hosting them. And then at that point, I probably won't have roommates. I'll probably have like little babies running around. Then they're my roommates.
Damn. You're living the dream.
Or it'd be cool if like you did have roommates. Like I told my poly roommates, because they're getting married this year. They want to have a baby. I was like, you should have a baby and we should all raise it together. Like that's like a movie, you know? That's surreal. It's like
That'd
that.
be really cool.
So I was like, that'd be fun. Like the baby's just here. I just get to play uncle. I can go out and like bring the baby out in a stroller, like in Dumbo, New York City, in Brooklyn, and just like hit on girls because I have a baby. But then I get to give it back.
Do you think a baby would help hit on girls? It's because a dog definitely does. But doesn't a baby make it a little harder? Because
I don't know. I think you just have to.
No, hot uncle.
Yeah, hot uncle. Like,
right, if you tell them it's not my, hey, it's not mine.
Yeah, I just have a big cardboard sign like with do with sign. It's not my kid, and I'm holding it up with one hand and pushing the cart with the other.
What's the criteria for the sex party invite?
Well, there's some public sex party ones, so there's no criteria.
There's public sex parties?
Yeah, there's some places in New York where you can just go in and just.
Have you been?
I haven't been, but my friend went. He said he walked into the bathroom, and
Glory holes.
he was going to pee, and then this guy walked up to him and said, "Hey, can you throat fuck my wife, and I'll watch?" And he just said, "Sure." And he just like throat fucked her right there in the bathroom, and then the guy just watched him fuck her.
What'd she look like? That's what I don't
He didn't
know.
describe that part,
Okay.
but it definitely happened in the bathroom.
That's wild.
But then there's more private sex parties.
Yeah, that's what I envision.
That one's more of an invite thing. You have to do like an interview,
What's the ratio you want at your sex parties?
like of guys to girls.
Yeah.
I think it's okay either way, but you know it's interesting because I have never been to a sex party, even though I'm intrigued. I think everyone's
Yeah,
intrigued.
everyone's intrigued.
I asked like, do all the guys sleep with all the guys? And I expected the answer to be yes, but it's not true.
The guys sleep with the guys.
They don't.
Yeah, I would have expected that not to be true.
But I just figure if you're going to a sex party to have sex, you're gonna have sex with everything. Like I figured you were that open.
Oh, I see
So I
what
was
you're
like,
saying now.
I was a little shocked that that's not the case.
It's probably mostly hetero.
Yeah, and the girls hook up with each other,
Yeah, that makes sense.
but then the guys don't. You know, I'm just like, what's going on there?
Oh, remember you were saying, I thought of something when you were talking about how you want your girlfriend to be fit. I had this thought last night at the Cali Vibes. They had this beautiful big black woman go up on stage. She really belted out the tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Why can fat people belt it out like that? Is it because their stomachs are bigger? Yeah, is the diaphragms bigger?
You never see like a 90-pound girl belting like that.
Right. They have a unique
Yeah,
way of singing that's really beautiful.
totally. I feel like I could totally get canceled for just saying I want to date a fit girl. You know, they're just like, well, why can't you date a bigger girl? You know.
I think, yeah, it's crazy that you can't just have a type anymore. Like your type has to be everything,
Yeah.
or you're in trouble by some
You're in
groups.
trouble.
No, I think all you have to say is, I would date anyone, but this is my dream girl. You know what I mean?
But that's not true. Why would I lie?
Because you don't want to get canceled.
Oh, got you. Okay, so looking at the Lumex right here, I wouldn't date anyone. I want to date a fit girl because ultimately that aligns with like my life, which is I want to eat healthier and cleaner, and if that stuff's around me, I break. You know what I'm saying? Or if I want to exercise a lot more, if somebody in my life isn't, then it's harder to do it because
Right.
then there's like friction.
Yeah, and you don't want someone to bring you down. You want someone to bring you up.
Right, exactly.
Someone to make you better.
It's like I was on Overheard New York recently, and they did like a little dating thing. And she said, "What type of, are you dating right now?" I was like, I mean, I'm really focused on my career. And then she said, "Well, what do you want out of a girl?" And I was like, I want a girl to add to my life and not take from it. And all the comments were like, well, obviously joked around. And I was like, I said, yeah. She said, oh, so like, you know, dessert. And I was like, yeah, like a vegan, like with ice cream on top and sprinkles like that. But that's the truth though. I want someone to add, not take.
Of course. Yeah, you want, and that's the same goes with friends that I want too.
Right.
I want my friend group to motivate me to be better, not people who are like, hey, you want to go get a large pizza and play video games for 5 hours?
Yeah.
It's like maybe
can
once
be
in a
fun
while.
some-
Yeah,
yeah, it
once in
can
a
be
while.
fun.
But if that's all they do, I'm like, that's bringing me down.
Yeah. Plus, I'm a pretty intense person. So, like, if I'm doing all these, like, really intense activities, like ice baths every day and running and all this shit, like if that person isn't doing that thing, then I've experienced that being like a pain point in our relationship.
Do you have ice bath partners or do you do it solo?
Well, it's a great place to make love, actually.
No, it is not.
In the cold, have you
In
ever
an
tried
ice
it?
bath?
Yeah,
That'd be a horrible place to make
you should
love.
try it sometime.
Why is that a good place to make love?
Well, did you know that when you do an ice bath, it's like ripping like 10 lines of cocaine?
Right, as far as the energy it gives you.
Yeah, and it can give you like the hardest boner you've ever had.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But still, you'd be cold, like it would take away because you're freezing. No matter many times you've done it, it's like a hard thing to do. As far as like you got to bring yourself to do it, and then add making love to the mix. It kind of like instead of thinking about making love, you're thinking about like staying warm, right?
Yeah, but it's like the ejaculation part. If you can do it when you're super cold, it's like the most intense feeling ever.
Wow.
Yeah, you should try
I
it.
guess I'm gonna have to now.
Yeah.
Do you have an ice bath at your apartment?
Yeah, I have an ice barrel. Yeah.
An ice machine thing?
Yeah.
I've seen some that turn into jacuzzis too. I think having one that did both would be pretty sick.
I'm not a huge fan of a hot tub. You know?
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I'm boiling in there. It's just
Interesting.
like I feel clammy and I don't like it. I'd rather sit in something cold than something hot,
An
which
ice
is kind of
bath.
psychotic, I think.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ice baths are like props to you for being able to do that every day. Even cold showers, I've tried it a couple times. Like it's very hard to when no one's making. You have to make yourself do it. There's
Yeah.
no one there to make you do it. It's really hard.
Well, that's the key to life,
Self-discipline.
making yourself do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just scream at myself. I say, before I jump in, I say, I'm in control of my own mind. You bitch. You stupid bitch. And I tell myself in the mirror and then I jump in.
I like that. So you seem like a very disciplined guy. Is there any weaknesses in your life where you're like, I need to work on this?
No, not at all. I'm the perfect specimen. You know?
What's your biggest weakness?
You know, like every time I hook up with a girl, they just say, you have a perfect penis. I say it just like that.
That's incredible. I believe it. Show it here. Pull it out.
I'm kidding. You know what I think about a lot right now, actually? I think about how I am like so focused on my career that maybe I'm not like, maybe I'm neglecting some of my like friendships and stuff.
Okay, so right now, if you had to pick a weakness in your life, it's maybe neglecting person-to-person contact.
Yeah,
and close
because
personal
like I
relationships.
just don't look at it as like a thing I really need to focus on right now.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel bad about, you know? I'm like, damn.
If that's your biggest problem, though, that's pretty cool. Are you vegan?
Well, now only when I live in LA.
LA, you're vegan.
When I'm in LA, I'm a vegan. But once I leave,
You do whatever.
yeah, I do whatever I want.
Do you eat whatever you want, or you on a sort of health diet? Minus.
I'm pretty half vegan, you know? So I tell vegans I'm a half vegan. So basically in the morning and afternoon, I'm vegan. But then at night, once the sun goes down, the cows come out. That's what I
Vampire.
like to say.
I identify as a vegetarian. I hate the idea of killing animals. I love animals. I don't want to kill fish, cows. I want them all to live happy lives. But I do eat meat.
I have this theory that if, you know, schools just made the students kill the animals, the world would be a different place. Like, you just got to go in there and slit that cow's throat, milk all the milk out of it and the blood and stuff,
A lot less people would eat it.
and then shave it up and then slather it up and then cook it for all your friends.
Have you ever been hunting?
No.
I'd love to go hunting with you.
But you said you don't want to kill animals.
Yeah, but we should do it.
It does seem interesting. I think I would feel bad
I would for
if
sure
I
feel
killed it
bad.
directly.
But it would be, I feel like a good growing experience for us. Still.
Yeah, true.
And then we like eat the meat and do
You want to
all
go
that.
hunt? A lot of my frat bros, I was in a frat.
What frat were you in?
Kappa Sigma.
What college did you go to?
Methodist University.
Oh, that's right, Christian.
Yeah, a little Christian school. They go hunting a lot, and they've invited me.
Why? And you just haven't.
I just
been
haven't
interested?
gone yet, but I'm curious. You should come with me when I
I'd
go.
go with you. In Texas, I know there's a boar infestation. That's the way I would be more okay with hunting. There's a lot of places in the country where there's non-native species invading the territory. Like Texas, there's a boar infestation.
Right.
Florida, there's too many iguanas. So I'd want to hunt one of those animals.
You can take the helicopter and just shoot them down with a gun.
That'd be pretty wild. Maybe I'd mix that into the hunting trip. I'd want to do on-foot hunting, but that would sounds like a blast for sure.
Yeah. Do you think that's just marketing? Like they're just telling us there's an infestation, so we feel okay about just shooting them down?
I believe it because there's a lot of farmers that say like they're ruining my farm and there's tons of them and they're dangerous too.
Yeah, but maybe the farmers are ruining everything, and the boys aren't.
Maybe. I choose to believe it, but you could be right.
Yeah.
Do you believe in any other conspiracies?
Oh God, let's not take it there.
No.
I believe in this one. You know. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for doing it.
You're listening to
Unlicensed Therapy with Ari Mannis.
Unlicensed Therapy with Ari Mannis.